Hey guys, how's it going? So if you've been following my channel or other channels for a while now, you'll know that last year the ATF put up a couple proposed rules that would affect home-built firearms, basically. The definition of serializations of frames and receivers. There's a lot to that, and I've talked about it before, and I'm going to continue to. Also with the arm braces, essentially a ban. Basically, there's a checklist. It's arduous. Maybe a couple could slip through this checklist, but essentially a ban on almost all braced pistols, right? Now, a couple days ago, my friend Jared from Guns and Gadgets, he's an awesome guy, great channel, he broke the news on this. So I'm not breaking it today, but just now I was able to actually get to the Federal Register and look at what's going on with these proposed rules that are going to now become final rules according to the Federal Register. So I'll get to this first because some of you guys don't know what's going on. Some of you do. I'm just going to offer my input and tell you guys, like, going forward what I'm going to be doing to talk about it and maybe provide some education on this stuff, because my goal is to help all of you guys. You know, we need to stick together on stuff like this. So we basically have a date of June for the frames and receivers serializations, definition of frame or receiver, and identification of firearms. There's a timetable for June. Now, I'm going to leave a link to this document down in the description with some page numbers. So this is buried within 186 pages, so it took me a little while to fish through all of this. But we do have a timetable of June on that. When it comes to the pistol braces, or the stabilizing arm braces, whatever you want to call them, the timetable for that is going to be August of 2022, and you can see that right there. Now, I'm just going to offer a few thoughts on this real quick. First and foremost, all gun control is unconstitutional, including the over 20,000 federal gun control laws that we have. And the Second Amendment protects our natural right to keep and bear arms that was not granted by Congress or the Founding Fathers, but is to be protected. It says the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed in the Second Amendment. That's a mandate on Congress. That's a mandate on the government to not infringe our rights. Well, when we say natural rights, where does that come from? Well, that actually comes from the Declaration of Independence, where it says all men are created equal, and they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these, not limited to, but among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which includes freedom of religion, freedom of speech, innocent till proven guilty, the right to keep and bear arms. All of these are your natural rights that were endowed by your Creator. Well, the ATF wants to sit there and, in my opinion, basically make law. And here's what it says here. It says the ATF's mission and regulations are designed to, among other objectives, curb illegal traffic in and criminal use of firearms and explosives, and 2, assist state, local, and other law enforcement agencies in reducing violent crime. ATF will continue as a priority during fiscal year 2021 to seek modifications to its regulations governing commerce in firearms and explosives in furtherance of these important goals. This is the administration's goals. They've made that very well known, and I'm sure all you guys are shaking your head saying, well, duh, obviously. They're literally telling them this is their goals, is to regulate as much as possible. Well, look, these are regulations, rules, but they do somehow, our system's been twisted around so much where they have the full force and effect of law. Now, wait a minute. The Founding Fathers acknowledged that our rights are endowed by our Creator, and the government would only be instituted among men to protect those rights. Now, the Constitution also says that only Congress can make law. And I know you guys are probably going to comment like that, and I completely agree with you, but this is what it is, and I want to let you guys know that this is coming, and you'll all have very important and personal decisions to make as these rules promulgate and become not technically law, but pseudo-law, force and effect of law, like people come to your house or business with guns just like they would if you broke the law. If you know what I mean. The ATF says that it has the authority to put rules and regulations regarding laws that Congress wrote, and they're adding stuff to it now. That's my opinion of what's going on here. So look, they're saying that there's risks involved if they don't put these rules forward. And for the definition of frames and receivers, the risks are, without this rule, public safety will continue to be threatened by the lack of traceability of firearms. Just got done breaking a story the other day that they have almost 1 billion digitized records. I would also note that right now one of the top priorities of this administration is to double the budget, in other words, the size of the ATF. These aren't coincidences. This is all happening, in my opinion, at the same time for a reason. I know you guys have thoughts on this. Chime down in the comments. You guys know what's going on here. Now, when it comes to the braces, they're saying the risks with this are, without this rule, public safety will continue to be threatened by the criminal use of such firearms, which are easily concealable from the public and first responders. They keep talking about they're just doing this for your safety, and man, I keep on bringing up the same quotes, but remember Ben Franklin talked about those who would give up an essential liberty to purchase a little bit of perceived safety, right? I'm paraphrasing. Yeah, you're going to deserve neither and wind up with neither. I would also note, when this country was formed, Ben Franklin was asked by a woman. Right there, when the country, we had just fought the Revolutionary War, won, they were assembling the First Continental Congress. She said, what do we have, a monarchy or a republic? He said a republic, if you can keep it. And that's what he meant to her. And he also meant that to all of us, if we want to keep this republic, a government that was supposed to be instituted among men and that their only purpose would to be protect our natural rights. I don't see any of that going on right now. I see the total opposite. Now, a lot of you guys have some logistical questions, and you've been asking me, and I'm trying to help you guys. I can't give legal advice, but people are asking me, what's the difference between a rifle and a pistol? What's a short-barreled rifle? If it's a pistol, can I make it a rifle later? Things like that. Well, I've actually been covering a lot of that on my locals. So check the pinned comment for more information on that. I'm going to leave a link to this article in the description. And here's the deal, guys. You can sign up for locals for free, or you can support. And thank you for all the ways you guys support the channel. Literally, I wouldn't be able to do this without the generous contributions. Just you guys liking, sharing all of my channel with your friends. I need you guys because it's really tough to get past all these different things going on right now and big tech and all of that. But here's the thing with locals. It's censorship free. You guys can go over there, have a free account. I've already done a couple 1-hour live streams talking about what's a pistol, what's a rifle, things like that. And while it's not legal advice, I think there's lots of good information. As we continue on here in the next few months before these rules actually go into effect, I'm going to keep on doing that. And I'm going to do as much as I can here on YouTube. I'm not leaving YouTube, guys. But I'm going to do a lot of that on locals just because that platform, okay, doesn't have the restrictions that this platform does. So it's just a logistical thing. I think you guys will love it over there. And a lot of you guys who are already on my locals, chime in the comments. I'm putting out a lot of content over there for you guys, including live streams where I touch guns. Now, what are the rules actually going to say? Well, I don't know for sure, because the proposed rules that we've read, and I've spent a lot of time with it previously on this channel, long live streams I've done on this topic, those are proposed rules. The final published rule could be a little bit different. But I would note this, when it comes to frames and receivers, these are home builds. They're trying to get rid of your ability to build your own gun from home, which has been going on since before the United States was a country, and thank God it was, or we probably wouldn't be the United States, quite frankly. Look, it was so intentionally vague, in my opinion, it could have included any part visible on a firearm. So think like maybe an extractor rod. Certainly we're thinking about things like slides, barrels, upper receivers when it comes to certain firearms like the AR. Now the braces, originally designed for a handicapped person to stabilize a firearm, shoot it safely, more accurately, now used for all types of people, both able-bodied and disabled, to have them, again, stabilize, shoot more accurately, shoot it safer. But they're wanting to put together this ban. Look, it's a checklist, guys, but it's almost impossible to make it through the checklist to make it where they say in the name of safety, in my opinion, would make it less safe to shoot these pistols because these braces help stabilize, more accurate, promote safer use of the firearm, includes handicapped people who would otherwise not be able to wield these types of pistols. So there you guys go. I'm going to be talking about this a lot more in the future on YouTube here as much as possible. I love all you guys over here, but especially over on locals, just due to that it's a different platform and we can talk about a lot more and I can show you guys a lot more things over there. Alright guys, I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching and have a good one.